Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. This is your preview to Chelsea versus Newcastle at Stamford Bridge. There's a lot of games taking off today. Very big games up front in top of the league, with Arsenal going against Everton, West Ham playing against Man City. So going into this game is going to be very dicey for us as well. We know that we need to get 3 points because Man United and Aston Villa and Liverpool are in the conversation as to get top 4. So we know we need to also do our job to perform and actually get results so that we can remain in good positions to actually qualify for Champions League next season. So let's take a look. We're playing at 7:30 tonight. We're playing at Stamford Bridge. Let's take a look at their lineup. Their lineup is going with Ramsdale in goal, possibly Livramento, Chua, Bolton and Byrne as defence. Willock, Tonali, Ramsey in the midfield, Murphy, Waldemar and Gordon up front. This team, we know they've caused us problems in the past, especially this team against Newcastle. We know they're a very tricky team to play, but luckily we are playing at home, not away. It will be a completely different game. I think we all know this as Chelsea fans. We know Newcastle are a hindrance to us. We know we don't like playing them for this reason. But yeah, looking at this team, they are dangerous. I am scared of this team in terms of the players. We know that what they can do, especially Waldemar up top. We know we've been doing poorly with headers and crosses inside the box, and I don't think we can actually survive with him there. I think Liam Rosini is going to have to do something. I have a feeling he might have to play with Tosin or someone. So let's get into what we think. Liam Rosini will go for our starting lineup. With the starting lineup is going to be quite interesting. Who do we go with? Sanchez has been doing poorly as well. Jorgensen did poorly against PSG. So who do we play? For this game, I still trust Jorgensen more than Sanchez. Sanchez is, we know what he's capable of. We know where his limits are. With Jorgensen, I think he's more decent on the ball, and I think I would rather have someone who I can trust on the ball, especially not to give silly balls away. I think then I can actually trust Jorgensen more. Not maybe with the saves, I can't necessarily trust him, but I definitely can trust him with keeping our possession. If we have the possession for majority of the game, less chances for our Newcastle to hurt us. If the Sanchez of old comes out and we play him, there's chances are that he might give the ball to opposition at times, especially when they're pressing and whatever. If he doesn't play those accurate passes to certain players, maybe João Pedro, for instance, whoever's playing alongside him, maybe Garnacho or Palmer, if he's not playing those balls to those wingers or to the striker correctly and to them themselves, we tend to lose ball possession, and ball possession in the Premier League is very vital. It determines how many chances a team can have against you and how much time they actually get to figure you out in a game. So I think that's where my mindset is. I think I'd rather go with Jorgensen in goal. Hato, I'm not sure if Cucurella is still not 100 for this game. I think we can only go with him, I suppose, if Cucurella is not fully fit. I do think he should be, but for this game, we can stick with basics. We can stay with Hato. Nothing else we can do. If Cucurella is not fit, I'd rather have him for the remainder of the games. Let him lose this game, then keep bringing him, and then he keeps getting small little injuries in the process. Then in the defense, it should be Trevor Chalobah and Fofana. I think obviously it's good news to hear that Levi Colwill is back to training, a bit more training than usual. So he's moving up the levels, coming closer to the starting lineup. He's not there yet. So yeah, I think it's going to be. I would like to say Trevor Chalobah and Fofana, but now is it a question of, do we have to worry about Waldemar against us? Do we have to go in the conversation of bringing Tosin in for our game? Can we trust Tosin? That's the question. We know Tosin is one of the tallest players in our team. Do we need him? Is he that much better than Trevor Chalobah or Sarr or Fofana? I think in terms of height, yes, but now does height really matter if you can't actually do nothing with it? Basically, you can be as tall as you can be, tall as a tree, but if you're not going to actually jump correctly and time your runs, times make sure you're not onside carelessly, and all these other things that affect the gameplay, is it there really a point of actually playing you? No point you playing you for one thing and then you'll end up destroying other key elements of our play. That is a question. Let me know down below what you guys would go with. Do you go with Tosin to level out the strength with Voldemort, or do you think Voldemort will actually start? Do you think he might come off the bench? Let me know down below. And then I'm gonna go with my thing. Let's keep the thing basics. Let's go with Fofana. For me, I'll go with Fofana and Chalobah if they're both ready. And then Gusto. I think we definitely need Gusto because of I think Gordon is a bit faster than Reece. It's shit to say that, but it is what it is now with Reece. I really don't think Reece James, I can't back him for a game that's like this. So I'm gonna have to go with Gusto. And then Caicedo, Santos in the midfield. I think we can have Enzo just ahead of them. Obviously Neto's suspended because of Arsenal, so I think we'll go obviously with Cole Palmer and Garnacho again, and then João Pedro, our friends. Let's take a look at the form. Our current form is just like our Newcastle's: 2 losses, 2 wins, and 1 draw. So we're very balanced like that. Like we're also balanced with PSG. Look what happened. We can't be doing the same mistakes against PSG. Hopefully we can do what we did well against PSG, but remove the mistakes in it, and bring back to our usual selves, basically, to keep up the points in the rest of the teams around us. Then if we take a look at the top goal scorers among the two teams, João Pedro obviously is our leading goal scorer with 14 goals, 5 assists, and then Gomes has 9 goals, 4 assists. João Pedro has played 29 games. Gomes has played 23. So yeah, and then let's take a look at the interesting insights to our teams recently. Chelsea have won 11 of the 12 home games against Newcastle. That's a good thing for us. I don't like these kind of stats because it feels like we owe the opposition a result now because we've been so many games ahead of them. And then Cole Palmer has scored 5 goals in the last 5 matches, which is also a good stat for us. Chelsea have scored 27 out of the 29 Premier League games this season. So there's only 2 games where we haven't not scored. And then let's take a look at Newcastle. Newcastle haven't won at Stamford Bridge since 2012 in May. All 4 of Newcastle's away clean sheets this season came with a 0-0 draw. Nick Pope ranks 3rd in the Premier League for saves per match, 3.1. Then no team has scored more Premier League goals than Chelsea since I think the only two games was Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Liam Rosenior took charge of Chelsea, and since then we have made more passes, 10 more passes in the Premier League, averaging 2.16 per game under Liam Rosenior compared to before he came here. Then Erling Haaland has scored more non-Premier League goals in the Premier League this season than João Pedro, which is 14. And only other players in our team that has done that in the past was Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and Diego Costa, both 19 goals. So João Pedro basically now has 5 goals, or we can even say 6, in the next 9 games to actually score. So I'm really rooting for him to actually do it. I mean, it's nice to have know that we have a strike at least that can bring on those sort of numbers for our team. Do you guys think he'll be able to do so? Do you think he has that level to go to reach those numbers like Diego Costa, we all remember? like Jeremy Floyd Hasselbank? Do we see him as that kind of striker? Do we think we can trust him like a Didier Drogba? Do we think he can be that type of player for us with consistency? Then currently the league currently looks like 67, 60 with Man City, Man United 51, Arsenal Villa 51, Chelsea on 48, 48 with Liverpool, Brentford 44, Everton with 43. So if we both win, it's going to be very sticky for the other teams, and we can only hope for Aston Villa and Man United to both lose. Then it will mean that Liverpool and Chelsea are very, very close to the top. It will just mean goal difference. That will be the difference between the sides. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of the score predictions for this weekend. And then obviously we have Newcastle in 12th place. If they get a win, they'll move up to 9th place, around 9th, just behind Everton, if they have to win against us. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Touch wood. Because we definitely need the points, and we can't keep losing. We really can't. So let's take a look at the previous goals, the previous results. Newcastle against Chelsea was 2-2. Then it was 2-0 to Newcastle. 2-2 again in the Carabao. Then 2-1 to Chelsea. So going into this game, I'm gonna go with a 3-1. I think we can score 3. I think the person will just score. I think João Pedro. I'm gonna go with João Pedro to score 2, and I'm gonna go with between Enzo or Palmer to score the other one. And I think Waltemard or Murphy will score one of the other goals for Newcastle. Let me down below, guys, what your score prediction below will be. How do you see the game going? How do you see the weekend going? And yeah, guys, peace.